Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Steph. Today is a little bit of a different video. It's a different setup. I've got no makeup on, but it's just going to be a chill like vlog style video, I guess. Depending on how many days I read this will determine how long this vlog is spread out for. But I am reading this book here, which I just got in the mail, Every Summer After by Carley. I've seen everybody talking about this and I'm super excited to get to it. I haven't been this excited to read a book in a long time. I've actually already started, I'm a couple pages in, but I thought I would do like a reading vlog about it because it's a really popular book right now. So this is gonna be like a nice chill on the couch reading vlog. It might be it might have spoilers, it might not, I'm not sure yet, but I'll definitely put a disclaimer out if I decide to have spoilers in this. But yeah, this is my first reading vlog, so let's see how this goes. And I'm just gonna stop talking because I really want to get into reading more of this book and let you know my thoughts. Okay, so far I am not too far in. I'm on chapter 4. Just thought I'd do a little bit of an update. So basically the synopsis, I guess, of the book is we have Persephone and Sam, and it bounces back and forth between past and present of when they were friends and they used to go to their summer cottage. And Sam and his brother Charlie live next door to Persephone's cottage that she and her parents had just bought, so she's kind of new to the area. And so she meets them and it shows their childhood, and then obviously something breaks them apart and it's like a second chance romance. So right now I'm just kind of, she's went there, she's met them, and then it's jumped back to the present and something has happened and it's 12 years later now. She hasn't spoken to them, she hasn't seen them. She gets a call. I don't know if I want to say, like, I guess it's, I mean, it's only a couple pages in, but she gets a call that Sam's mother has passed away, so she needs to go to the funeral. So now she's going to be reunited with him again after 12 years. That's all I really know so far. I can say that I'm really enjoying the writing style of this book, and I really like that it's based in Toronto because I used to live in Ontario, and where I lived was like 45 minutes from Toronto, so a lot of the things that they're talking about in the book I can relate to. Like, I know the names of certain things, and yeah, it's just nice to read about something that's kind of from your area and where your hometown is, I guess. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to continue on reading and I'll update you when I'm a little bit more further into the book. Okay, so it's been about like, I don't know, 20 minutes, half hour, and I've gotten myself a blanket, so I'm getting a little bit chilly on the couch, and I'm just kind of getting nice and cozy. Got myself a snack. I've got some Maynard's Sour Patch Kids. It's like the 2-in-1 flavors in like one Sour Patch. So yeah, I'm just snacking on those. I'm really liking this so far. I love the banter and the joking between the two characters. It just seems like very genuine and very like childlike, I guess, because, you know, you're bouncing back and forth between when they were kids and like now and how things are going. And yeah, I'm really loving. I feel like I find myself like laughing out loud at certain parts. So yeah, let me know what your guys' favorite snack to eat while you're reading. This isn't my favorite. I would say probably like peanut butter M&Ms, but they're kind of messy for when you're reading a book. So I decided to choose something that was not so messy, so that way I don't get anything on my books. It's definitely like a very fun summer read, getting all the summer vibes, and the cover is just beautiful. I love it. Okay, this is gonna be my last update for a little while. I want to really get like further into the book, but I'm currently starting chapter 6, and the last chapter I just read is in the present time, and she has met Sam again, and there's a spark there. You can feel it just by reading, like you can tell, and I'm just like really wondering like what is it that broke them apart, and I feel like we might get some hints coming up. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far, and I love how like fun and summery it feels reading this book, and all the little jokiness. Yeah, I feel like it's just a really good read so far, and I don't want to speak too soon, but I feel like this is going to be a 5-star read for me. I'm really enjoying it. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little bit of an update. I'm quite a ways through the book now. I would say over halfway. I'm on page 167, and I am loving the way that this storyline is going. Like I said, I can't wait for like the present chapters, and then I can't wait for the past chapters. Some books that I read where it bounces back and forth, that you're just like, okay, get back to the present already kind of feel. It's not that way with this book. I'm actually kind of enjoying the younger past chapters where you see them as kids, and like just like this wholesome vibe of them like hanging out at the beach, and like, you know, being kids. It gives me like, a lot of people were saying is like Love in Other Words vibes, and I do kind of get that, but I also kind of feel like it reminds me of like the Summer I Turned Pretty series, not in the same way, just the fact that like there's 2 brothers, they go to the beach house, well, cottage every summer. It's definitely not like the same plot line where like, well, at least not what I've seen so far of her like falling for both brothers or anything like that, but it definitely gives me some of the vibes of the Summer I Turned Pretty series, which I have just read recently, so it's kind of cute. Yeah, I love the relationship between the 2 characters. I love hearing all of, you know, they're just like really good friends, and like at this point we've kind of seen in the past how they became a little bit more than friends, and them realizing it and getting older and experiencing all these things and looking at each other in a different way. And yeah, I normally don't like young adult, and it doesn't feel that way because you're also getting the future, but I'm really enjoying the, you know, back when they were kids part more than the present at the moment, because you're just getting this cute wholesome story about 2 best friends who fall in love. And yeah, I'm excited to see how it ends. Alrighty, so just realized that I never filmed an outro for this video. I finished this book. The last clip that you've seen was at night, and then the next day in the evening I finished the book, and I never filmed anything after that just because it was just like a relaxed day after work. And I just didn't really feel like filming, but I realized this is going to be a little bit chaotic, but the majority of me reading I did film. I'm done now, and it's another day. So I think it's been like 2 days since the last time I filmed, and I'm in a full face of makeup, so I definitely do look different. But I'm here to give you my final thoughts on this book. And this book, I don't have words. I am so glad I own this book on paperback, because this has been my favorite book that I have read so far this year. I've absolutely loved it. It gave me the summer I turned pretty meets Love in Other Words. It bounces back and forth, like I had said, between past and present, and the ending of this book was so sweet. One thing I guess I can wish and I guess kind of critique, I mean, that I don't even think there needs to be critique, but I do wish that in the epilogue that maybe they gave a little bit further into the future. I still think the epilogue was so sweet, and what they chose to do and how it went in the epilogue was really heartwarming, and you know, just a nice ending to the book. But I do wish there was a little bit more in the epilogue about their relationship. This was a 5-star read for me. Probably my favorite books of all time now, and my favorite book that I have read this year so far. The main thing that I think I really connected with, and I also read this with my sister and she said the same thing, and I totally agree, is that it's based in Toronto. And although I didn't live in Toronto, I lived near there, and just like the things that they talked about in the book were like super relatable. The wholesomeness of like the young chapters and them growing up and falling in love were just so sweet. The thing that tore them apart, and the reason why they hadn't spoken for a long time, you don't get to find out till like, you know, I think like 75% through the book, maybe even more. I did predict what would happen between the two of them. I kind of guessed it right, not totally, but I had a feeling of what the cause was that split them apart, and I was pretty spot on. It still made the book really good. Like, it wasn't like it was super predictable, but yeah, I loved it. I can't rate it enough. I think everybody should read this book. It's an amazing summer read. Just, you know, put a little tick on my summer reading list, because this was one of the books that I wanted to read, and it was on the top of my list, so I definitely wanted to get to it. And me and my sister read books together, like I had said, and she was like, what book do you want to read next? And I was like, please, let's read Every Summer After, because I will not be able to read anything else, because this is literally the only book I will be thinking about. I have seen so many amazing reviews on it, and I just really wanted to read it, and I'm so glad I did. I definitely will reread this book, and I don't think, I mean, maybe when I was a kid, but I don't think I've ever like reread a book. But now that I've been reading so many good books this year and really got back into reading, there is like a list of books in my mind that I would love to reread, and this is definitely at the top of the list. If you have read this, let me know your thoughts in the comments, whether you loved it or you hated it or it was kind of mediocre for you. I want to know what your thoughts are. Or if you're excited to read it, maybe this persuaded you to pick up this book, because yeah, I feel like there's no amount of what I can say to express how much I loved this book. I loved every aspect of it. So yeah, that is the end of this vlog, and I hope that you get a chance to read this, if not this summer, at some point, because it is a beautiful story. My sister read it on her Kindle, and she ended up buying a hardback or a physical copy because she loved it so much and had to have it on her shelf. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a lovely day and happy reading. Bye!